I wanted to make this quick video talking about what I believe has gotten me really, really far, which is knowing that you will make it. What do I mean by that? I mean, knowing for a fact that before you've gone ahead and you've gotten that job, you've built that business, before you've gone ahead and made that amount of money or gone with that girl, you knew in advance that it was going to happen. I remember before I went ahead and ever quit my construction jobs to go ahead and work full time, as a closer doing sales, I remember I was in the shop vividly, doing my kind of work with the grinder. There's these pieces of metal we had to put an elevator together. And we would do this day in, day out. And it was so repetitive and mind numbing. And one of the only thoughts I ever had when I did this was, I wish I could be doing something different, like sales, because I was learning sales at the time. And I'll never forget, I would vividly imagine every single day, right now, sitting at my desk, doing sales calls, closing deals, talking to guys, being in a different environment, going out to dinners, really like living a completely different life. And I would genuinely imagine it, feel the gratitude, feel the excitement, the ups and downs, like I was in a daydream in the middle of my workday. And you might think that's a bit crazy, and maybe it is a little bit crazy, but I was doing this pretty consistently. I had such a confidence where sometimes, don't get me wrong, there'd be days where I would doubt it and I'd be like, will I be doing this forever? I'd have these sad thoughts like, oh my God, this is the longest day, I'm going home late, I'm still here. Last week I was thinking this, last month I was thinking this, I'm still doing this. But every day, no matter what, I kept on thinking it, kept on dreaming it, kept on experiencing it. And I continue to do the same thing, even though now that's exactly what I'm doing. I get to make my own schedule. Yes, I work a lot, but I still make my own schedule. I get to close deals. I get to make much greater money. I'm in a different environment. I get to go, to amazing dinners. Last week or this past week on Friday night, we had the whole team, the marketing and sales team, get together. We went out to a very, very nice restaurant downtown Toronto. And I had all this in my head and I was so confident it would happen before it ever did, right? You may not know how, and I didn't know exactly how. You may not know when, and I didn't know exactly when, right? You didn't know maybe exactly what it would look like either, but you had a pretty good idea of roughly what it would look like. That's enough. You don't need to know every single step. You just gotta feel it vividly, be confident that it'll happen, and it will, right? And that's what I want to leave you guys with. There's no crazy lesson. There's no insane tactics. Kind of goes back to the last video. If you click on my channel, you'll see a video I made about manifestation. I highly recommend you do it. But the cool thing I didn't even mention in that video was that I was doing those techniques before I ever knew what they were. Before I ever read a book, before anyone ever explained to me how it worked, I was doing it subconsciously, and it worked. And I'm confident it's going to continue to work. Me going to Miami was similar. I had dreams and thoughts of being in Miami with my friends, going to dinners, being on the beach, doing crazy shit, and I did it. Right? It just randomly happened. Francesco, one of my good friends, out of nowhere said, "Hey, let's go to Miami." A month later, we were in Miami. He just texted me out of nowhere. So these things will happen spontaneously. You'll never expect them. You might not be planning it. You don't know how it will happen, but it will, and you can rest assured that it will, as long as it's in your mind. Right? As it was said by Napoleon Hill and probably someone before him, what the mind can conceive and believe, it can and will and must achieve. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching.